and the bad times. It's the delivery boy. It's about proven leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, tune into the video screen.
It's red over there, and it's red over here.
Exuma is turning away from yellow. Exuma going red.
Long Island, I'm going to tell you, together, we're going to achieve great things.
I came down here today, and even the trees are red.
They are desperate to get their hands back in the cookie jar.
If they ever had any doubt what happening in Long Island, we know tonight Long Island is wrong.
This is our time. We have waited a long time for this time.
And the FNM, every time that we have served as the government of the Bahamas, what we have done is taken this country out of the wilderness and continue to take it into the promised land.
Don't mind the noise in the market. We are winning and the PLP knows it. When the election is over, they're going to be exactly where they are, except how fewer seats than they got today.
I tell you, there's a huge difference between talk and deliverance.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated in the history.
This is the moment fans around the world have been waiting for.
Gentlemen,
that's my
let's get ready to rumble!
This is the main event.
That's my papa.
You're gonna learn this.
That's my papa.
Thank you. Now, this is unbelievable. This is unthinkable. Wow. Look at the people. Color Red wants to thank you firstly for Red Splash. You did wonderful, the Red Splash. Now I hear Perry Gladstone Christie complaining last night about these posters of me up all over this island. They must be had a change of heart, you know. Back in 2002, they plastered this town with life-size posters of Perry Gladstone Christie. At that time, they say he was the right man for the job. Now that he knows, the Bahamian people know he's not the right man for the job, he wants to protest my put up mine. I ain't got nothing to be ashamed of. The PLP will be ashamed of him. They don't want to put him up. But the F&Ms are proud to put me up. You know, we put up posters to remind voters of their choices. Very importantly, we want to remind voters that they are electing a government. Each voter will vote for a single candidate, but the candidate is part of a team. Each team has a leader. So when you vote in a constituency, you are deciding if you want Hubert Ingraham, the leader of the F&M, to be Prime Minister, or you want somebody else to be Prime Minister. You're voting to determine whether you want the F&M to be the government or some other party. And I remind the Bahamas, as you prepare to vote and you consider your choices, take a good look at what you got, because when you're tired of what you got, look at what you're going to get. You know, the PLP got an ad on the radio, on TV, that said they're ready to govern on day one. Well, something must have happened. Something huge and transformational must have happened, because the last time they got elected, they certainly weren't ready. You know, the Constitution of the Bahamas requires that there be a cabinet of at least 8 ministers, and that 2 of those ministers, the Prime Minister and the Attorney General, must be in office at all times. There must never be a vacancy in the office of Prime Minister or a vacancy in the office of Attorney General. There can be vacancies in any other office, but not those 2 offices. And so the first thing a Prime Minister does when he's elected is he appoints an Attorney General. That's the first thing he does. On the first day, no delay. Well, Christie was sworn as Prime Minister on the 3rd of May, the day after the general election. You know how long it took Christie to appoint an Attorney General? 1 week, 7 days.
Are you serious?
7 days. And so for a full week, the office of Attorney General of the Bahamas was vacant. This has never ever happened in the Bahamas before, or in any other country with our system of government. This is distinctly and uniquely a creation of the result of Perry Gladstone Christie. Ready? Ready, my foot. More likely, never ready. Always late. Habit fine-tuned lateness. Filled with excuses, lots of words, lots of big words. Ordinary people can't understand the dictionary, you know. And so after they promoted him all over the country with his life-size posters, the right man for the job, we now know, and the world now knows, Perry Christie is the wrong man for the job.
Ingraham, he is the man.
Now, when I was sworn in as Prime Minister for the first time on the 21st of August, 1992, I was ready on day 1. I appointed the Attorney General on the same day, the 21st of August. When we came back to office in 2007, when I was sworn as Prime Minister, on the 4th of May, I appointed an Attorney General on the same day. That's how a government functions that knows it's ready on day 1. F&Ms and Bahamians everywhere. As we meet here at our home at Aaron Bailey for our first mass rally of the election, we should be clear about what this election is all about. It's about bold and effective leadership with a bold and serious vision for our future. It's about a party whose promises you can believe. It's about a record of success and accomplishments you can see and you can feel. It's about proven leadership. It's about F&M leadership. And moreover, it is about a clear, far-sighted and honest plan for the future. You, your families, and the voters of this country must ask yourselves, which of these parties has a plan? Which of these parties do I know has the track record of results to accomplish the plan? And which of these parties isn't just writing pretty words on paper to get themselves elected? Well, my friends, let me tell you, I haven't seen a PLP election manifesto yet. Have you? I guess they're still trying to figure out how many fake promises they can fit on the sheet of paper. And even they do figure it out, the Bahamian people are smart enough to know that it's all just a bunch more of Perry Gladstone Christie's $10 promises and penny ante action. Well, our party, the F&M, is unveiling as I speak on our website tonight, across the internet, this manifesto. This here is the F&M's manifesto. It is straightforward, just like us. It's honest, just like us. And is focused on building a better Bahamas for our children and grandchildren, just like us.
Are you serious?
Dead, and it's a solemn promise that I and my party's other 37 candidates will keep. We are making you this promise right here in front of the entire country that we won't ever stop delivering for the country. When Hubert, Ingraham, and the F&M make you a promise, you can believe it. And so I want to hand and make sure each of these candidates here get a copy of this manifesto tonight, because this here is the book by which they'll be guided. FNMs. Every successful team has seasoned team members and new talent. This is what your FNM is offering you. Seasoned leaders with vibrant new energy and talent that will help to take the Bahamas to the next level. The times are too serious, the challenge is too great to put the country back in the hands of the former government, which was the weakest, most incompetent government in an independent Bahamas. The Bahamas needs a delivery team, not a talking team. We also need a government with clean hands. I told you all on Monday, I'll chop off the hands of anybody reaching for that cookie jar. And all of my candidates know I'm dead serious about that.
Oh.
And if anybody don't know that, they'll find out. You can't be serious about leading this country if you close your eyes to the members of your own team reaching for the cookie jar while you pretend that all is well and good. I'm told, that Perry Christie was complaining the other night about the fact that my government awarded the New Providence Road infrastructure contract to a foreign company. Well, I want to tell you what the facts are. While he was busy, he didn't tell the people in his government put that project out to bid to foreigners on 2 separate occasions and found no foreign company that was willing to bid. He didn't tell those at his rally that when the first and second bids failed to attract any bids from international companies, it must have had something to do with the fact that so many hands were extended from PLP cronies that international bidders were scared off. You know who sat in as a so-called political assistant in the Minister of Works, Bradley Roberts' office, while discussions were being held with an international contracting company? A man named Funky Demerit. Funky Demerit, a well-known political operative, well-known to Perry Christie. That's who. In those days, Perry Christie and Funky were like 2 peas in the same shell. And he didn't tell his supporters that the third and last time his government put that road project out to bid was on the 4th of April 2007, 1 month before the general election. I guess he didn't believe in Bahamians then. Maybe now he's a convert to believe in Bahamians. The bids were returned, the invitation for the national bids for the New Providence Road didn't come until after the elections. We were returned to office. So it wasn't the FNM that put it to bid to foreigners, it was the PLP. FNM's fellow Bahamians. In addition to clean hands, the country needs trustworthy and proven hands, working together with new talent and innovative ideas. We cannot move forward if we are locked into the past. Life, like leadership, is about good timing. Some people always late again. Other people like to rush into things without thinking. There are some things you should never ever attempt to do. One of those things is, if you find a green dilly on the tree, don't pick it before it's time. Because if you pick it before it's time, it will never ever ripe.
Never.
Fellow Bahamians, FNMs. I can riff the track and feel athletes are back. I was happy to host a luncheon for them and tell them how proud we all are of each of them. Their performance is the example of the kind of talent bursting within our young people. It's one of our best Carifta performances in over 30 years. Fellow Bahamians, young people of the Bahamas, I'm so happy to see so many of you here. You listen to me, young people. I was born in Pine Ridge, Grand Bahama, to a single mother. I met my pa for the first time when I was 11 years of age. I grew up in Cooperstown, Abaco with my grandma. I wasn't born with no silver spoon in my mouth. In fact, there were no silvers in our house. No matter I had something more precious than silver, gold or precious jewels, I had a grandma who believed in me, and I was fortunate to be born in one of the most blessed countries on God's earth, the Bahamas. I want to create an opportunity society for you young people. And when I talk about a society, I speak from experience. That a young boy like me, who grew up materially poor, no electricity, no running water, hence no indoor plumbing, who went to school barefoot, could have the privilege of serving my country as I have, is the essence of the Bahamian story. And it's not my story alone. It's the story of thousands of Bahamians who worked hard and used their God-given talent to pursue their dreams and build this country. I say to you young people, in every neighborhood, settlement, and key in the Bahamas, this land is your land. And you can write your own story. You too can add new chapters to our shared Bahamian story, for this land belongs to all of us, no matter what your last name might be, who your parents are, or the circumstance of your birth. I've had one single guiding principle through my public career, which expands more than half of my life, and it is this: to make this Bahamas a land of opportunity for all Bahamians. Fellow Bahamians and young people in particular, when we make a promise to you, you can believe it. We're not flammers. We have proven leadership you can trust. It is the FNM which has the leadership and the boldness of vision to take the Bahamas to the next level. Though there is still much to be done in terms of economic recovery, jobs and growth for small businesses, we are getting through the Great Recession. One of our great national tasks is to prepare our people to take advantage of an economy on the path to growth and recovery. Just like we've done with our Hubert athletes, we will provide our young people with the skills and training needed to compete more effectively. We are preparing for a 21st century world of global challenges and opportunities. So tonight I emphasize that we will upgrade the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. We intend our institution adopt best practices of training institutes internationally, including government-operated and private ones. In addition to improved programs for building skills and fostering a greater work ethic and productivity, we'll place more targeted attention in improving basic skills, such as English, maths, communication skills at BTVI, so that it becomes a permanent national job readiness and training institute. And we will link BTI with programs like Self-Starter and Jumpstart, preparing a new generation of Bahamian entrepreneurs. For example, the Craft Souvenir Design and Production Initiative by BAIC will be married to programs at BTVI and made permanent. This will enable hundreds of Bahamians to create more authentically Bahamian goods and take advantage of the multi-million-dollar souvenir industry. We want to provide those with artistic and creative skills the opportunity to go into creative industries like fashion, making toys for children, and other creative ideas. I hear there's a young man using original Bahamian artwork to create covers for laptops. There are many more thousands of young people like him with good ideas who want an opportunity to succeed and use their God-given talents just like our athletes. This is exactly what the opportunity society that we are seeking to create is all about. There's a simple formula for success: talent plus opportunity plus hard work equals success. And so our plan is for BTVI to become the largest public-private sector training institution in Bahamian history, to train our people for a whole new world of opportunities and good-paying jobs. For example, we need more Bahamians trained in ship repair and refurbishment, able to repair and refurbish our mail boats, our fishing boats, and even some of the world's largest cruise ships at our ship repair facility in Freeport. We need more Bahamians with skills to be engineers on these boats, skill in fisheries and aquaculture, as well as in areas like alternative energy. Certain academic qualifications should not be a barrier to those thousands of Bahamians who have the talent to succeed in so many areas of national life. We'll continue to provide opportunities for those with strong academic skills. We'll do likewise for those who choose career paths requiring a variety of other skills, be they technical or vocational, artistic, involving multimedia, or innovative, involving science and electronics. The only barrier to success in this country should be laziness or fooling around with criminal activity. Not who your ma is or your pa is or what party you support. If you want to build your dreams, the FNM is the party for you. We are the party of the Opportunity Society, young people. So young Bahamians, come with me. Come to the F&M. We want to help to ignite your future. When we make you a promise, I assure you, you can believe it. We have proven leadership you can trust. We'll deliver for you. Fellow Bahamians, F&Ms, your F&M has a big vision. Our vision is that of an urban transformation and redevelopment. We've already begun this with our massive infrastructure program on this island. I stress tonight that new economic opportunities will stable jobs will come to over-the-hill communities of New Providence. Then people who reside there and who want to start or expand business there have access to reliable public utilities, good roads with proper drainage, safe water supply, reliable electricity and telephone services, and supply and good title to their land. You ever hear the PLP, Perry Christie, or Bernard Nottage talking about over the hill? You ever hear them ask about anything for over the hill? Don't be no fool. Come with me over the hill. They don't even drive over the hill.
Never.
They only want you as a prop to vote for them. Break that cycle. As part of our program of urban redevelopment, in order to reduce crime and congestion, next time we're going to launch Back to the Island initiative. This far-reaching initiative will further our efforts to provide incentives for hundreds of residents of this island to return or to move back to the family islands. We hope this will be the largest migration ever back to the islands. That's why, in addition to the financial incentives we're going to give, we are building the critical infrastructure in every major island so Bahamians can choose which island they want to live, work on, and or raise their families on. In addition to our aggressive crime-fighting program, relieving urban congestion here in New Providence would be among the best crime-fighting strategies. To fight crime and provide alternatives to crime, much more needs to be done. This is exactly what my next government will do. We have planned to launch the most comprehensive outreach and social intervention programs in the country's history. This Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, day after, several days from now, in keeping with the promise made at the launch of Volunteer Bahamas, we will deliver $1 million in cash grants to assist a number of urban outreach and youth programs. The grants will be made to groups here in New Providence, in Grand Bahama, and on various family islands. Because we understand that urban redevelopment requires social initiatives and economic development, we put in place a phased program of infrastructural renewal. Then we put in place incentives to encourage and support the private sector to join our initiatives. The City of Nassau Revitalization Act was one such initiative. On Monday of next week, we'll be downtown launching the Pompey Museum Square. And our next time, we will put in place the Urban Gentrification Fund at the Bahamas Mortgage Corporation. This will help with the restoration of homes over the hill in historic areas over the hill. Just as we created a new straw market and the fish fry, just as we plan to create a Nassau craft market, we'll create a landmark native food market over the hill. When you travel around the world, there are often native markets where you can savor and try local foods. Why should Nassau, and especially over the hill, have a market like that? We begin plan to create the native food market in a location over the hill. This will be one of the biggest urban development and economic empowerment projects over the hill since independence. Ours is a big and bold vision. In some ways, it will be a return to the native markets many of our ancestors used to run in Baines and Grand Sound. We'll work with residents over the hill and other stakeholders to plan for and find the best location of businesses providing Bahamian produce and products. We hope that a revitalized over the hill area will welcome hundreds of Bahamians and thousands of tourists where all can go to buy tamarind sauce, cassava bread, coconut tart, coconut water, dilly star, or all kinds of whatever fruits are in season. The native food market will have so many benefits. It will give real hope and economic opportunities to scores of Bahamians. It will help to revitalize over the hill. And it can also help to reduce crime. The native food market, in combination with the backyard farming program put in place by the F&M, will serve as an outlet for locally grown foods. help to boost our tourism product. As part of the Heritage Tourism Initiative, the F&M have put in place, there will be a permanent space to exhibit and showcase the history of Over the Hill and of our rich African traditional heritage. There will also be exhibition space to showcase traditions like ring play and traditional African dances. Those who oppose us claim we are trailing behind regional countries in attracting increased numbers of visitors to our shores. That is not what the hotel occupancy levels tell us. Indeed, Atlanta's hotel on Paradise Island tells me that they're having the best tourist season in 10 years. So over the hill, next week, I'll be taking a walk over the hill. Every week till the election, I'll be in some area over the hill. Be on the watch. We got to walk over the hill because we want to take over the hill back from the PLP grips. We go to Baines and Grand Sound, we go to Angleton, and we go to Centerville.
That's my papa.
And we go down Nassau Village. Fellow Bahamians, in transforming our country, we cannot go with the smallest division and the weakness of leadership of the PLP. Not only will they take the country backwards, they lack the vision, the quality of leadership needed to move the Bahamas forward. The most recent poor record in office and their current unrealistic and unaffordable promises show they cannot be taken seriously. The only option they will give you is one of failed leadership, plenty talk, scandal and corruption. Failure is the option they showed you when they were last in office, and they'll fail you again. They are yesterday's news. The F&M offers you the promise of tomorrow, building on our accomplishments over the past 5 years. I heard Perry Christie last night saying that he wants his supporters not to interfere with F&Ms and the rest of it. Well, he can start in his own constituency. Stop them from taking down Ellis posters. And he can start with Leslie Miller's poster. There's a poster myself down a roundabout by Milo Butler Highway and Fire Trail Road. It was up, there's plenty of space there. They go on, put Leslie on right in the front of mine. They can start by stop tearing down the ones that belong to Tommy Ten Press or Chicago Line. I don't like people saying one thing with their mouth in the night. Out with the lights on when it get dark saying take it down. F&M's ain't taking nobody posters down. And Christie ought to be mad enough to tell the PLP to stop taking it down. Of course, the PLP don't listen to Christie, man, you. In fact, nobody listens to Christie anymore.
Oh.
I think something's there wrong with him, you know, because he said the other night on TV, say, Hubert Ingraham will lose his seat and come us down.
You joking.
Child, please.
Simply the best.
I beat Pinland and the whole PLP down there as a one-man band.
That's my papa.
Simply the best.
Before I close, I want to express my thanks to a special group of dedicated public officers who, regardless of circumstances, fulfill their duty and provide service to the general public. Right now, some for political purposes, I encourage public officers in a number of departments to withhold their services. And some are doing so notwithstanding damage to the interests of the country. To those loyal sons and daughters of the Bahamas who provide human service beyond the call of duty, filling for those who shirk their responsibility and duty, I express my heartfelt thanks and that of a grateful nation. I also say to you, I shall remember you who stayed, and I won't forget you who went. Fellow F&Ms, young Bahamians, it is a destiny we sow on the success of our Carifta athletes. That destiny is to use our talents and the many riches of this country to create a society of opportunity. The F&M is the party of opportunity. You can believe what I pledge on our behalf. We are the party that delivers. We are the party of proven leadership. We are not the party that's ashamed to put up its leaders' posters all over the island. We're not the party that's hiding its leader. We are showcasing our leader. So tonight, sign up to be a volunteer. Take a poster. Tell your friends to go F&M. And when you go to our website tonight, you'll find for the first time ever that on the F&M website, there's a button that says you can donate to the party. You can use your credit card, give us $50, $100, and be a part of this F&M campaign. And help to fund this F&M campaign. As I depart tonight, I ask you to come with me. Let us together, young people, make a better Bahamas. As for the women of the Bahamas, I heard the PLP last night for the first time talk about women. I thought they had something against women, because they never talk about them. They don't do nothing for them. Anyway, women, don't forget them. Election day coming, May 7th. Thank you. God bless the Bahamas. God bless you. Good night. Where's this music man? On Saturday night, Saturday we'll be on Cat Island for a rally in Artistown. Later on Saturday night, I'll be in Freeport, Grand Bahama for a mass rally at the Sunrise Shopping Center. All Grand Bahama come out. Next week we'll be back here in Nassau. Until then, let them go to Clifford Park. We have a big plan for Clifford Park. When we go to Clifford Park, we go to take Clifford Park. Thank you very much.